Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the GangZcraft server. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a great day, and check this out. Not there. Check this out. No? Oh, the elevator. Okay, so I guess it is this thing. This one? Captain Q has been doing incredible things. Look at this. This is underground. Keep in mind, the server has been up for like 3 days, 4 days, something like that. This is insane. Look at it. All of this in such a short amount of time. Looking fantastic. This is going to be apparently like the, not the staircase, but like the way down from the surface to our factory. I heard he was a good builder. Looks like those are that's confirmed. Anyway, what I want to do today is I want to do some work on the kind of upper part of the SLB base, the Stanky Leg Boys headquarters. And I've started laying out some kind of basic shapes here for buildings and things like that. This goes down right here to our underground where a lot of our storage and machines and all that kind of stuff is. But I want to start kind of working on this and getting some of these kind of houses and things like that in place. Our gate is right here. This is the main gate. Dal Dantel, our Scottish friend, has been working on this, and this thing actually opens now using some sort of modded redstone magic. I don't know what, but look at that. It closes and opens. Anyway, so as I said, I want to start working on some houses right here. And eventually all of these kind of rustic houses are going to all go away, and they'll be replaced by something more along these lines, in this kind of sandstone style. So why don't we kind of start with this? I basically got 3 separate houses, or 3 separate buildings here that are all connected. We've got one here, and one here, and they're going to be different heights and different things. But I think the first thing I need to do is kind of get these windows and all that kind of stuff, the walls all filled in, so we can kind of get a better idea. I've got the framework laid out, as I said, but I want to get kind of a better idea of our shape and all that kind of stuff. So I should have, yeah, right here. I was going to say, I should have a builder's wand that I can make use of. It does use a tiny bit of experience when you use it, but not a lot, and it definitely is a time saver for sure. Let's do that. The problem is making sure you get it in the right spot, because you don't want to. Yeah, I think the rest of this I should probably just fill in by hand, because we don't want to accidentally put down a whole bunch of blocks that that are in the wrong spot. So there we go. All right. So now you can kind of see the shape coming together, right? Starting to make a little bit more sense. Let's just throw a torch right there. And you can see as we walk through. Now, obviously, this is very, very bland, right? But we do have chisels and bits. So we're going to be doing some cool things with chisels and bits. Most of it I'm not going to be doing on camera, because chisels and bits is just like, whew, man. Can we, like... There's a way... Yeah, there we go. So we can just delete a lot of this. And... in fact, I think we can just delete all of it. That's fine. So then, let's change this to drawn region. And let's just kind of do a little bit of this together. So what I'm thinking is we'll go maybe 4 out, right? Like so. And we get kind of this interesting doorway shape, right? So we can kind of push this back a little bit right here. And then maybe here we go 2. Like so. And you can start to kind of frame out like a more interesting doorway, which I think is really cool. It does some weird things with the sandstone texture, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think we can work with that. And then the other thing that we can do, let's see if we can maybe find a wood that will work well for this. We could potentially use the dark oak. Also, by the way, our sandstone generator, up to 4,000 sandstone now, and that's not counting all the sandstone that I yanked out for this project, so I have to say I'm quite happy with the way that that's working. I did realize that I left it with one glaring issue, and then that was, once it filled up the gravel storage, it wasn't going to work properly. But anyway, let's try maybe acacia wood, actually. That could be really good. Let's make just a couple of acacia wood planks. Let's chisel these into maybe this texture right here. Maybe that one. Let's try that. We'll put one of these down. We'll go same material and we'll do that. Okay. So then what we could do is basically like frame out this doorway like that, which I think is pretty cool. And then we can go draw on region. Let's take that back one and take that back one as well. And then up here, these doorways tend to have like a bit of an arch to them. So we can maybe kind of bring this up a little bit. So we'll go there, to, and maybe to there, right? And then here we can do kind of the same thing. Here and there. And then we could even do it, let's see, that would be here. Oh, this is off. This is off-centered, isn't it? Yeah, that should be taken out. There we go. So we can do something like that. And then here, we can replace that with this as well, just to kind of emphasize that shape. And you can see how it's kind of forming a thing. Like, that looks pretty good, I think. And it's very kind of indicative of the style that we're going for as well. I want to try doing something like that. Yeah, that looks okay. That looks okay. Now, keep in mind, and let's go replace. So we want to replace that with the sandstone, right? So we'll get something like this. You get this kind of pop of color as you're walking along. And then, just again, as kind of an example here, let's pop back down. Let's just grab, what kind of doors do we have? I think, what kind of door would we want to use? Maybe a spruce door? We'll try that. We'll try that out and see what we think. But you can put the door here, you know, and it works for the most part pretty well, I think. You know, you get kind of this little frame where the whole thing is sort of framed out. We may even want to push this back a bit further. But you can see sort of the level of detail that you can start to add into structures like this by making use of chisels and bits, which I think is really cool. And it's going to allow us to do kind of the same thing with windows and all that kind of stuff as well. So I think it's going to be a very cool project and a lot of fun. I'm actually quite looking forward to it. But I do have some other things that I need to get done. I got a lot of work to do on these buildings. And the chisels and bits, well, you can do amazing things with it and get a lot of cool details built in. we probably don't want our entire episode to just be chisels and bits. So let me get to work on these buildings, and I'll come back to you with a progress update in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back. Check it out. We got some work done, for sure. We got windows on the place. We got a couple of these little posts. These are essentially structural supports going across up there. This place is looking pretty good. Pretty good. This is about 4 hours of work. I blame chisels and bits. It's a rabbit hole. Once you start, it's hard to stop. But the place is looking very good. Also, Captain Q and I kind of got together. Well, actually, myself and several people all kind of got together. We talked about the roads, and this is brownstone from chisel. It's made using sandstone and clay, and then I mixed a little bit of unpolished andesite into this as well, and I think it looks pretty good. One thing I'm not a huge fan of, though, is that you move faster on brownstone, and you don't move faster on andesite, so you get this kind of like stuttery movement as you're going along the roads. I think I can deal with it. Like, I think it's okay, and I like the way the andesite looks, but I don't know for sure if that's what I want. I don't know. We'll see. I might change out the andesite. I might leave it. I don't know, but I like the way that the road looks so far. And you gotta, when you're looking at it, you gotta imagine, ignore these wooden cobblestone rustic buildings and imagine a building like this on either side of the road, kind of tight quarters as you go around that corner there, etc., etc. For the inside of the buildings, I have chiseled hardened clay. And this is one option. This is the ornate tile, and it's a difficult block to use, but I think in this situation, it works really well. I think this is a perfect block for the flooring in these buildings. I also tried the same thing, but with marble in this house, and I like the way that this looks as well. I think this is also a good look. I think I prefer the hardened clay, but let me know what you guys think. If you like the marble or the hardened clay better. I think I like the hardened clay better because I just think it's a better color. This, I think, is a little bit too bright for your average house. I think something like this could work really well in like a more kind of upper class house. But here, I think it's just a little bit too bright. And then over here, we've got our elevator that goes down to our area down here. So that's coming along. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to get a little bit of iron. There we go. And we need to get some dyes going, and we need to get some other stuff going because we need to, I want to get DecoCraft kind of rolling here. I'm not sure. Do we actually have, we may have DecoCraft set up already. Looking around, I don't think we do. Yeah, I don't think we have DecoCraft yet. So let's look real quick at a deco bench. There we go. Oh no, we don't have all the materials we need. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go get some cactus green dye and some red dye as well, I think. We've got a little bit of cactus right here. I can just toss that into our smelter. Toss the platinum in there. And then do we have any poppies? Nope, no poppies. Okay, try again. I think we're probably going to need to find some roses, honestly, so that we can just get a lot more dyes, because right now we're running a bit low, and that's a little bit concerning. There are probably other ways. Let's look. If we look at dyes, are there other ways to get dyes in this pack? Substratum. So this would work, but it looks like you make that using a mortar and regular dye, so that doesn't really do us a whole lot of good. Ruby Glow Rose. Okay, you can make these into dyes. That will totally work for now. These glow roses are also light sources, actually, although not super strong. They're not as good as like a torch or something, but they are valid light sources. So it'll do. We are also in need of more cactus, and realistically, we're almost certainly going to need more red dye as well. And then lapis we should be fine on. Oh, looks like Darkfan needs to do some server stuff. I'll be back in just a little bit. Alright guys, I am back. Server is back up, and I have all the stuff I need for DecoCraft, with the exception of lapis. I should probably grab some of that. There we go. So, I made a deco bench. Deco bench is basically just a little bit of sand, a crafting table, one red, one blue, one green dye, and one clay block. And then you just throw clay, red dye, lapis dye, and green dye in, and then you can make stuff with it. So, pretty cool. I did find rose bushes, by the way. They were over here-ish. So, let's take a look at DecoCraft. There are filters, so you can filter through and be like, what do I want? There's a bedrooms. Okay, well, maybe we make a single bedroom, and we just put a bed, like, right there, and it fits relatively well, or whatever. There's a lot of stuff here. You could spend kind of a ridiculous amount of time, to be entirely honest, just browsing through, looking for things. But there's signs, there's science stuff, there's, like, church benches, we got office supplies, tables, chairs, desks, different goods that you would buy at a market. I mean, there's just so much stuff in this mod that's used for decorative purposes, and these lights here actually do work, which is pretty cool. You can right-click them and turn them on and off. So I'm going to kind of look through some of these things, look around the house a little bit, kind of get an idea, and I'm going to use some DecoCraft to try and decorate these houses a bit, get them looking a little bit better, and we'll see what I can come up with. Alright guys, I am back, and I have an amazing mask. We had some of the natives spawn, and I actually killed them. They're not too hard to kill once you have decent armor. And they dropped this super amazing Mask of Fury, which unfortunately is pretty lousy armor, so I'm not going to wear it, but it looks cool. I've done some work. This place is coming along. Things are happening. So in here, this is all decorated. These vases look awesome. Absolutely perfect for the style I'm going for. I have to admit, there's actually not that much stuff in DecoCraft that really fits the kind of Arabic theme. Most of the stuff in DecoCraft, as far as sort of, non-modern stuff, is really more geared towards, like, European, like Middle Ages, castles, and things like that, which, makes sense, because that's a big thing in Minecraft, for sure. I'm not angry about that or anything. In fact, I love DecoCraft and have used it in many series, but there's not really a lot that really lends itself towards kind of a Middle Eastern style home. There's these vases, teacups, basic wooden furniture maybe, but that's pretty much it as far as I could tell. However, we do have chisels and bits, so we'll probably be making some of our own stuff as we go along here. We'll essentially make like I think what I'll probably do is I might make like a little, maybe like a shop that's like a chisels and bits repository where you can go and you can just find a design and copy it, and then you can use that design, and then you're good. I think that would be pretty cool. But with that said, I also added some awnings out here above the windows. I think they look pretty good. Might want to mix up the colors a little bit, or maybe it's just a little bit too much on this side. Maybe we'd want to get rid of them on this side and then keep this one here or something. I don't know, but for now I'm going to leave them. We might remove them later or change them up a little bit. It's just kind of an idea that I had that I thought would look kind of cool. So we did that. All in all, I really like the way this place is coming out. We're making some significant building process. And what I will say is when you're starting a new area, when you're starting a big project like this, because obviously the goal is our team base is going to have buildings just like this one all over the place. Well, not just like this one, but very similar to this one. The hardest part, I think, is that first building. is coming up with kind of the initial style and the initial design. And then everything after that is basically just kind of variations on a theme. And it gets a lot easier. And I'm quite happy with the way this looks. I think this is a solid kind of foundation for us to work from. There's a lot of chisels and bits details in here, but the basic idea, I think, really kind of shows itself and makes sense. And I think it'll look really cool once we start getting more of these buildings in here, once we start, removing some of these guys and making way for buildings that fit within our theme a little bit better. Also, a lot of the terraforming needs to be done. We need to get rid of all this ugly grass and random holes, and it's not a very good looking area right now, but that'll all change in time. So we're getting there. DarkFan did me a favor and upgraded our generator, or our sandstone generator, specifically our pulverizer over here. He upgraded this to a resonant machine for me. So it's producing sandstone much faster now, which is great for us. We're up to 5,700 sandstone now, and this has only been going for a little while. And we have 2 more augment slots. I want to check something. A couple people said, hey, you used the wrong augment slots. Let's find out if that's true. If I take these out, no, it's definitely a lot faster. Those are definitely the augment slots I wanted. That's what I thought, but I was just making sure, because I do sometimes get things wrong. Also, I have awesome news when it comes to chisels and bits. So if you're familiar with chisels and bits, there are these bit bags, right? And these hold all of your bits. Right now, they're able to hold, I believe it's 512 different types of bits or something like it. I don't, something 512 is what the config is set to, whatever number that represents. I talked with DarkFan and he's going to bump that up to 65,000. So what that means is I will not need to carry around 3, 4, 5, 6 bit bags. I'll hopefully just have to carry around one of them, and that will be so much easier rather than trying to switch between these, and what a nightmare that can be. One of the annoying things that I actually don't like about chisels and bits is the bit bags. I wish they just held infinite bits. It would make things so much easier. But luckily there's a config file option for it, and it can be changed, so it's going to be bumped up significantly, and that will be really good for us. I want to take a look, if I can kind of navigate over here. I want to take a look down below and kind of see what else we have. I know we have DecoCraft, and we obviously have chisels and bits. I think we also have BiblioCraft. Yes, we do. So I want to make the tape measure real. Oh, I see. So you make the tape measure real to make the tape measure. Oh, but this is the tape measure from chisels and bits. I wonder what the difference is. Let's try, okay. Do I have yellow? I have no yellow. Dan, no Dan. Dang it. Man, the best laid plans, I'll tell ya. Can I find a dandelion or a yellow flower? Anywhere. There we go. That'll work. You, come here. I need this. And let's grab this one too, just in case. We'll do one of those. All right, so we got yellow dye to make our tape measure with. Let's swing down there real quick. There we go. So we want to go tape. And first we need to make the tape measure real. And then we can toss that in here and make the BiblioCraft tape measure. Now, I'm not sure. Let's see how the chisels and bits one works. I don't know if it's any different, but I want to find out. So the chisels and bits tape measure measures out meters. Oh, and you can leave it. Oh, that's nice. So, and then shift right click gets rid of it. And then there's the tape measure from BiblioCraft, which puts it into chat. So actually both are quite useful. What's the range on this? Can I like take you and drag you. Oh, you can edit sides. Hold on. How far can I drag this thing? Is there a limit? It doesn't appear like there's a limit. So I like it. I think that's awesome. We'll take both of them with us. They could both come in handy. Where is my ender bag? Where's my ender bag? Like, seriously, I just... did I throw it into... here? On accident? What? My ender sack, where is it? It's not in my inventory. Did I drop it? I'm very confused. Okay, well, can I make another one? Yes, I'll just make another one, I guess. I don't know what happened to my... How did I put my ender bag into my ender bag? Can I? Oh, I see. So you can actually open it and then put it in. That is not very... That's a bad idea. I don't like that. Okay, anyway. I think that we are pretty much out of time for this episode, guys. I wanted to kind of experiment with the tape measure a little bit, try it out, see how it works. I'm going to put some of this stuff away. We'll also toss one of these ender sacks into there for other people to use if they feel so inclined. But I am out of time for this one. So my friends, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Links in the description to all the other people playing GangZcraft with me, so check them out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.